Hello everybody, this is Nick Alexopoulos, Director of Soccer Skills, and just making a quick video today as I am actually watching some of the games from the Central Jersey Futsal, where Soccer Skills is one of the sponsors. Actually, we participated in a meeting with the league owners and discussing different ideas on how to improve the league moving forward into the next few years. One of the things that was actually brought up was trying to always improve the quality of play, matchups, different teams, and whatnot. My thoughts on that, actually, since I'm also the state director for Goalkeepers, which is a international academy out of England. One of my comments was, as I've been watching some of the games for the Central Jersey Futsal League, is the fact that most of the teams, and it's a high number actually. I don't know how many teams they have, but most of the teams do not have properly trained goalkeepers. So you have some teams that use their field players as goalkeepers. They just rotate them. And you have other teams that have their goalkeepers, but they're not properly trained. Their technique, both technically and tactically, is just not there. Furthermore, playing futsal is a different game for a goalkeeper than outdoors. So, for example, I watched some of the older teams. I'm talking about, U16, U17, U18, especially on the boys' side. They are very aggressive. So they're coming out of their goal, just sliding and trying to make the saves. The problem is that as they're coming out to slide, they are sliding, first of all, like a baseball style slide. So their bodies is mostly straight. So it's very easy for a player to beat a goalkeeper when they're sliding out that way. A goalkeeper has to come out and basically try to take as much space as possible and try to make himself, as we call, make themselves big. Try to occupy as much space as possible, so to make it more difficult for the striker to put the ball in the goal. So a lot of these goalkeepers, they're coming out very aggressive out of their goal, which again, futsal is a bit different. You need to have more patience, but also while they're diving or they're doing their slides, they're technically flawed. So these are some of the things that I've noticed. So there are games where the teams seem to be pretty evenly matched, skill-wise, but then their goalkeeping position is really, really hurting. So basically, the teams are playing back and forth, but every time a team takes a shot, the goalkeeper is so, inappropriately prepared that every shot goes in the goal. Decision making by some of the goalkeepers. Once again, some of these kids are not goalkeepers; they're just field players that the coach is rotating to put in the goal. And some of the other goalkeepers that are goalkeepers just don't have the training. And in futsal, the game is so much more faster. Okay, shots. I mean, every I forget what the stats are, but I think every 6 seconds or something like that, there's a shot happening. There's a lot more 1v1s. There's a lot more scoring opportunities. The reaction time for the goalkeeper has to be a lot quicker than the outdoor game. Even your average indoor game on turf is not as fast as futsal, because don't forget, futsal is played on a hard surface with balls that are heavier. They don't bounce as much. So the speed of the game is a lot faster, even that of a indoor game. So bottom line is, as I said, as I made my comments, was, again, the leagues were trying to, come out with different ways to make the competition better, which is to their credit. They're always trying to improve the quality of the league. They're always trying to put, the best possible product out there. So that were asking, you know, opinions and ideas and thoughts to share. So being that we were in the meeting, you know, one of the things that I shared is that it's not really that the teams are not equally balanced or they're not off balanced skill-wise. It's just their teams don't have proper goalkeepers. So you have scores, you know, 15-0, 12-0, you know, sometimes 12-2, 12-3. I mean, just this wide gap scores that it's not really because of the level of competition. It's because the goalkeepers are not properly trained. So that was one of the things that I wanted to point out. In fact, Just for Keepers is running a bunch of training, futsal training. We do training every Wednesday night, 6:30 to 7:30 for the younger ones, 7:30 to 8:30 for the older ones in Jackson at Krista McAuliffe Middle School. So I invite anybody out there that's interested in getting some pointers on what the difference between futsal goalkeeping is, or even if you would like to get some structure or, you know, instruction as to the goalkeeper position. Well, you know, invite you to come down and check it out. So again, you know, it's every Wednesday night for the indoor sessions, 6:30 to 7:30, 7:30 to 8:30, depending on the age that you're in. If you want to contact me directly, you can, 732-580-2174. And I'll give more than happy to give you any more information or answer questions. But again, getting back to, you know, the importance of a goalkeeper, here's a perfect example, as I said, because while the competition is pretty decent, the goalkeeping position is letting teams down. So again, my opinion is that, and I'm sure, by the way, that if I go to other leagues, I just haven't had the time because, again, we're sponsored Central Georgia Futsal, so I happen to go to games and watch some of the games. I take pictures, so if you see a guy taking pictures, that's me. But I'm sure that if I go to any other futsal league or indoor league, it will be the same situation. And by the way, you know, you see the same thing when you see goalkeepers outside. A lot of goalkeepers, they are not properly trained to play the position. The coach just puts them in there because they don't have another goalkeeper, which again, you know, it's another issue that the lack of goalkeepers and quality goalkeepers is pretty big. Not just in New Jersey, but, you know, everywhere. That's why a goalkeeper position is a niche position. You know, it's a specialized position. So, hey, if you can play the goal, if you like to play the goal, and you're good at it, a decent goalkeeper will always have a spot on a team. So that's my thoughts on why a lot of these games are lopsided. It's not the level of competition or the skill of teams as a whole, but, you know, again, it's only my opinion. The goalkeeping position is really hurting the teams. Another comment I wanted to make is that, you know, don't forget, it goes in hand to hand with this. A lot of folks, a lot of parents, you know, team managers, what have you, they concentrate on the scores and the standings. To their credit, Central Jersey Futsal does not keep standings or scores, and I'm a fan of that because you know, it gives an opportunity for the players just to have fun, go out there, play, have fun. Coaches to mess around with their lineups. You know, some things maybe they wouldn't try if there was kept, you know, scores. They can mess around with it. And you know, again, you know, focusing on the score is focusing on the results. Where maybe we should, or in my opinion, not maybe, my opinion is we should focus on the process. How did the team play? You know, did they have quality passes? Did they had, you know, good 1v1s? Did they have awareness of the space? Were they able to move the ball from defense to offense and offense to defense quickly and transition? All that good stuff. So focusing on the process, in my opinion, is a lot more important than actually the score of any given game. But unfortunately, in the U.S. youth soccer culture, you know, the score is what counts the most. And I'm hoping that, you know, as the years progress and we have more qualified coaches and trainers coming from other countries getting involved in our youth soccer, that that will change. And again, it's only with education and trying to show people the merits of forget the score, forget the result, concentrate on the process, focus on the process. Hey, little Johnny had a lot of good passes today. Little Mary did a great job 1v1s. Little Jane lifted up her head and focused on a quality touch, you know, first touch. All that good stuff, as opposed to just focusing, hey, Joe got 10 goals today. Oh, that was fantastic. Okay, great. Good for Joey. What about the rest of the team? So that was my thoughts again, primarily for the goalkeeping position, and why I think that some of the games are not really as non-competitive as some coaches or managers may think. It's not your team. It's, in my opinion, has a lot to do with the goalkeeping position. Okay. Once again, if you guys want to ask questions about, goalkeeping, futsal training, spring season around the corner, be more than happy to sit down and talk. I love speaking soccer to anybody who's interested in exchanging ideas. 732-580-2174. This is Nico Alexopoulos. Have a great day, everybody.